Hello everyone, it's Jude here. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the CapCut for PC video editor, and by the end of this video, you should be able to edit your first video. Alright, let's start by opening CapCut. CapCut is now open. Okay, if you have not installed CapCut, click on the card that appears on the screen right now to install CapCut to your PC. Now, once you have done that, go ahead and open CapCut and click on Create Project. And this will bring you into the CapCut interface. And this is what the interface looks like. As you can see, this is a lot more less complicated compared to Premiere Pro. Now looking at this is the default interface. Okay, this is where your media files are going to appear. This is the preview window. This will allow you to see what you are doing, and this is where the timeline is. Okay, wherever you're editing on this timeline, the attributes will show up here. Now if you look at the top here, you have other options here. You have media, which allows you to import your media. You have audio. This will allow you to add audio to your video, though I like to source my audio from YouTube audio library. This helps me avoid any copyright issue. Alternatively, you might want to check epidemic sounds. And you have text. This will allow you to add text to your video. And you have stickers, and you have effects. This will allow you to add effects to your video. You have transitions. This will allow you to add transitions to your video. You have captions. You can use CapCut to automatically generate captions. And you have filter, you have adjustments. This will allow you to add color grading effects to your video. So I'm going to come back to all of this. We're going to talk about each of these a little more later on. And if you hover on to this point, you have shortcut. And from here, if you want to make your editing a little bit faster, you can master some of the shortcuts that we have here. For instance, to split, you have Control B and so on and so forth. So I'll just go ahead and click on cancel. Now I will go ahead and import my first video. You can easily drag this video into here. Let me just let me go to this point. Okay, you can easily drag your video into here, and this will be imported into CapCut. Alternatively, you can go ahead and click on import. Here I am inside of my download folder. Now let's say I want to bring in this guy. I want to bring in I can scroll through, and this guy, just name it, and I'll click on open, and all of this will be imported into CapCut. Now with this media files imported into CapCut, to begin to work on any of this, you simply need to drag that into the timeline. And when you drag this into the timeline, it appears on the main track. Now this is the main track. Every other thing is going to be an overlay. Now with this media file in the timeline, if you look at the right hand side, you can see the attributes. Okay, now all of this will allow me to work on this video. Okay, let's say I want to scale, can do this here. I'll just come back. Okay, you can move background, you can mask, and so on and so forth. You can also work on the audio, okay, of this particular video. You can change the speed, you can animate it, and so on and so forth. Now let's talk about all of the tools that we have on the timeline here. I forgot to mention something. If you wish to change the workspace that we have here, this is the default workspace. If you wish to change this, simply go ahead and click on this. Okay, you can see that this is the default. You can choose media. This is going to increase the media space, and you can also choose attributes, and this will increase the attributes space. And you also have vertical. This will increase the preview window, and you can just go back. I prefer the default workspace. So let's talk about all of the tools that we have on the timeline here. Now if we click on this, okay, we have our selector, which is automatically selected. You have your splits. Okay, this will allow you to cut your video. Okay, I select this and I drag this to this point. I can cut a video at this point, or at this point, or at this point. That is what that allows you to do. Alternatively, you can use Control B on your keyboard to cut the video. You can also use these two tools that we have here. This one here allows you to cut to the left. I click on this, it deletes everything to the left. And if I click on this, let's say I'll come back to this point. If I click on this, it deletes everything to the right. I'll come back again, and this will allow you to undo. You can reset what you just did. And what we have next here is the delete. Okay, let's say I have this clip. Now with this selected, I can either press delete on my keyboard, or I'll just simply come here and click on delete and this will be removed. Now the next tool that we have there is the Mac Beats tool. Now this tool allows you to edit your audio better. Okay, let me just go to audio here, and let me just bring in one of the songs that we have here. All right, the audio is now downloaded. Now what this does for you, the Mac Beats, if I click on this, you have two options here, bit 1 and bit 2. Bit 1 will highlight the major beats in this particular audio, while bit 2 will highlight all of the beats in this audio. What you want to work with is the bit 1. If I click on this, this is going to highlight all of the beats in this particular audio. Now with this highlighted, if I play this audio, this is what's going to happen. You can see that at each of this mark, CapCut automatically identifies where we have the beats. So what you can do with this particular beat marks is, let's say we want to do a slideshow of images and we want all of these images or videos to pop up at each of these beats. I'll simply drag this, okay? Now if I play this, this is what we have. So that is what you can do with the Mac Beats tool. And going further, you have the option to add markers to your video. You can use this particular tool. Let's say you want to mark a point, okay, so that you don't forget it. You can use this tool here, the add marker, okay, and this is going to add a marker at that point. And the next option that we have is the freeze frame tool. Now let's say you're commenting on a video and the video is too fast, it's faster than you're commenting. You can use this tool here to pause the video. Let's say I'm commenting on this particular video and I want to pause this at this point. I'll simply go ahead and click on this, and CapCut automatically inserts this freeze here. Now with this, you can go ahead and comment on this particular video as long as you want. If you wish, you can also shift this and elongate this, okay, a little further. And when you play this is what you now have.
The next morning, he was...
So that is what you can do with the freeze frame tool. And the next tool that we have here is the reverse tool. Let's say you want to reverse your video to play in the opposite direction. You can use this tool to do that. If I want to reverse this, I'll simply go ahead and click on this, and CapCut will automatically reverse this video. I will turn on the audio so they can see the result of this particular action. So CapCut automatically reverses both the video itself as well as the audio that is in the video. If you wish to remove the audio, you can as well right click on this and go to where it says extract audio. Now with this, you can just go ahead and press delete here, or click on delete here, and this will be removed. Still on the timeline, the next tool that you have here is the mirror tool. Now what this tool allows you to do is to switch your video into the opposite direction. You can see this particular video. This is what we have.
The next day, Ethan waited near the bench.
I can mirror this to the other side by clicking on this, right? And this is what we now have. That is what you can do with the mirror tool. And after that, the next tool that you have is the rotate tool. If I click on this, it will allow me to rotate this video. Okay, I can rotate to this point, I can rotate to any point, depending on what I want. And if you wish, you can also animate this video. Let's say I want this to start rotating from this point. I'll simply come here and click on this add keyframe here. Okay, and then I'll play this video, and then I can rotate it. Let's say I can rotate it to 90 degrees. So if I play this video, this is what we're going to have. So that is about the rotate tool. And the next option that we have after the rotate is the crop tool. And this allows you to crop your video. If I select this and I click on this, this will allow me to crop this video. I can just drag this. Okay. And once you're done, click on confirm, and as you can see, this video is now cropped. That is how you can crop your video right inside of CapCut. I'm going to go ahead and undo that. And after that, you have the next option, which allows you to remove filler words. Now, CapCut can automatically analyze the audio in your video. Now, when CapCut analyzes your audio, it is able to remove all of the gaps that we have here. You can see all these gaps here. That is what you can do with this tool. And after that, you have the voiceover tool here. And this particular voiceover tool will allow you to record your voiceover right inside of the CapCut video editor. Now, from here, you have the option to choose your microphone. As you can see, this is my microphone, which is connected to my PC. And you also have the option to choose your PC microphone, which is the second one here. So once you have selected your microphone, you have the option to adjust the volume, and you have the option to turn on this to reduce echo. And this one here, the mute project, with this checked, you will be able to record your voiceover. Okay, if you don't turn this on, the audio in this project will be playing, and this will not allow you to record your voiceover unless you want to record the audio from this particular project. So I have checked this, and the last option that you have here is the option to enhance your voice. And now this is actually for pro subscribers. So once you're done, go ahead and click on start. And once you're done, go ahead and click on this, and this will be stopped. Okay, I'm going to close this, and I'll just turn this off, and I'll play this. This is what it looks like when you're trying to record your voiceover. So that is how you can record your voiceover right inside of CapCut. After the voiceover tool, the next tool that we have here is the turn on auto track magnet. If you turn this on, everything on the main track will automatically adjust to the start. As you can see, I have some space here. Okay, if I turn this on, this automatically adjusts to the start. So that is what you can do with the main track magnet feature. I like to leave this turned off because sometimes you want to move the media that you have on the main track. Okay, and with this turned on, you want to be able to do that effectively. And beyond that, you have the auto snapping tool. With this, let's say I brought this particular clip in. Okay, this allows me to know exactly where this matches with the other clip. If I turn this off, I want to be able to see that particular line. Okay, and this makes it a little bit harder for you to edit effectively. Now, for instance, let's say I want to cut this video at that point. It's a little bit harder, but with this turned on, it's easier. Okay, I know exactly where I want to cut. So that is what you can do with the auto snapping tool. And the next tool that we have beyond that is the turn on linkage. Now, if you turn this on, it actually means that you won't be able to move files individually. Okay, files will be moved as a group. Let me just bring in this particular clip. So let's say I want to move this. As you can see, this is moved as a group. That is what this tool does. I turn this off, we'll be able to move this individually. So I like to leave that turned off, but if you wish, you can also go ahead and turn it on. So that is about the linkage tool. After that, you have the preview as is tool. If you turn this on, it shows up this particular line. This allows you to just go through your editing. I like to leave this turned off. And last but not the least, you have the zoom in and zoom out tool. This allows you to zoom into the timeline. And one of that tool I want to show you is this option here. Okay, let's say you're editing multiple clips. So we have this clip at this point. You're editing all of this. You can choose to turn off audio. Okay, let's say I want to actually concentrate on this. I can choose to turn off audio by clicking on this. This mutes the audio in this particular project. You can choose to turn this off. This allows you to work on this particular project. Let's say I want to move this freely. To do that, I can just simply go ahead and lock this. And this will allow me to actually work on this, to move this without mistakenly selecting this other particular project. So that is about the tools that you have here. So guys, that is about what you get with the timeline. Now with the timeline done, let's talk about some of the features that we have here. The first option, which is the audio. You remember we added an audio before. If you want to use the audio that we have here, you can go ahead and download any of the audio and use it in your video. Though for issues of copyright, I prefer to use the YouTube audio library. And beyond that, you have the text tool. This allows you to add text. Okay, with this selected, you can just simply drag this. And once this is here and selected, you can go ahead and change the text. I can just simply go ahead and type in. And you can make this bold, you can capitalize this, and you can choose the font by clicking on this. And from here, you can choose your preferred font. And if you wish to animate this particular text, you have the animation option here. If you click on this, have a lot of options to choose from. You have the typewriter option. And if you wish to change the duration, simply adjust it here. And this is for the in, which is the beginning of this particular text. Okay, I'm going to make this longer. Let's say you want to add animation at the end of this text. You can go ahead and click on the out option here. Let's say I want to add a dissolve animation. Now this is added. You can also adjust the duration. Okay, you can just come here and increase the duration. If I play this, this is what we have. So that is about the animation of text in CapCut. Now with this selected, you also have the option to use the loop animation. I can use this, for instance, the jiggle. And this animates this text throughout the duration of the text. That is what you can do with this. That is about text, adding text to your video. And if you go to stickers, from here, CapCut has a long list of stickers that you can add to your video. Okay, this can help make your video more engaging and interesting. You have a lot of options here, a lot of categories, icons, emphasis, emoji, and so on and so forth. And these are the trending ones. Okay, let's say for instance, I want to add this. I'll just simply go ahead and click on the download here, and I'll drag this to my timeline. I want to put this here, and I can just use the scale here to make this smaller, and you can just push this to where you want it to be. And you can also go ahead and animate the sticker. You have the bounce in. Okay, and for the out, you can use another animation. Let's say this one. You can also use loop, which animates throughout the duration of this. So that is how you can add stickers to your video. And if we go to the next option, which is effects, from here you can add effects to your video, and this can also make your video more interesting. You have a lot of options here. I like to use this particular one in the middle of my video. If I drag this to this particular video, this will be downloaded, and right here you can make some adjustments depending on what you want. Okay, I'm going to reduce the rotation, the strength of this. Okay, and the rotates, I want it a little bit, I think this is okay. Now the size, I'm going to make it bigger. Okay, the speed, I want it to be slower. And when you play this, this is what you're going to have. And you can also edit this particular effect. Simply click on this star here. Let's say I want this to begin from this point. Okay, so this is going to start at this point. So you have a long list of different effects that you can use in your video right instead of CapCut. You can go ahead and look through the effects to choose the best for your video. And then next we have the transition. Let me bring this media here, then I'll go to transition. Transition allows you to transit from one media to the other. Let me delete the effects that we have here. Select this and delete. Now with transition, you can drag this in between these two clips. And when you play this, this is what you're going to have. Okay, that is what you can do with transition. And you have a long list of transitions that you can choose from right inside of CapCut. The next option here is the caption tool. With the caption tool, you can use CapCut to automatically generate a caption from your video. So with this selected, I'll simply go ahead and click on generate, and CapCut will automatically generate a caption from the audio in this video. So guys, CapCut has automatically generated a caption from this audio. Okay, now with all of this captions selected, you can go to the attributes section here. I'll just simply go ahead and click on caption. Now from here, you can go ahead and look through the captions to be sure that everything is correct. And from here, if there is any caption that is not correct, just click on this and make your correction. Okay, and that will be reflected. Now with all of this selected, I'll simply go back to text here. Okay, and from here you can choose your font. One more thing, you need to select apply all if you want to apply any setting, any change you make here to all of the caption. I'll just simply go down. Let's say I want to choose this particular preset style for my caption. Okay, or this one, or this one. Okay, or even this one, or this one. And I'm going to make this, I want it to be this. I'm going to make it bold. And if you go to the template option here, from here you can choose a template. Okay, the quick, which is this one.
Mysterious jogger.
Or you can choose this one.
Mysterious jogger.
Now you can see the difference here. This shows up fewer text, this shows up more text. So go ahead and make your selection, and you have this effect here. Okay, I don't like to use this too often, but you might want to use this. Okay, click on this, I play this
Every morning at exactly 5:30.
This is what you can do with this, so I don't like to use that. I'll just turn it off. And you have effects. You can also add effects. Let's say I want to add this particular effect for this one. I can adjust the position of this caption. I can just simply drag this down a little bit to this point. And if you go to animation, you can also animate your caption, okay, by simply clicking on captions here. And you have a handful of options here to choose from. I'll just go with this one.
When she arrived,
okay, and
he simply nodded and started jogging.
Okay, so that is how you can add captions to your video using CapCut. Now moving on, let's talk about adding color grading. Okay, and this is a very big topic on its own, but I'll just brush this up a little bit. If you go to filters here, CapCut has default filters that you can add to your video. Okay, and you have a long list of options here. Let's say I want to go with this particular one. I'll drag that into my video, as you can see. So we just went from this to this. So that is what you can do with the filters. And the next option is the adjustment tool. If you don't want to use the default filter that you have here, you can use the adjustment to do your color grading. Okay, I'll just drag this to my project and I'm going to elongate this. Okay, let's say I want this to start from this point and I want it to last this long. Now with this selected, you simply want to go to the attributes tab here. Okay, and you have a long list of options here. You can automatically adjust this by using this tool here. Okay, you can use this for the color match. Let's say you want to change the color that you have here with the color from another video. Okay, I can simply go to select from local, this black background. Okay, I'll bring it in, then I'll select this. Okay, and CapCut is going to use the color from this particular media in this particular video. That is what this can do for you. So I'm going to turn this off. And furthermore, you have other tools that you can use here. And talking about the color grading, the adjustments here, if you go to adjustments here, okay, you can use the options here, temperature, you have tint, and you have saturations. You can use this to color grade your video to make it to look even more better. And that is about the list of tools that you have. Now let's talk about panning your videos. Let's say I want this video to move from this point to this point. What I'm going to do is to click on the add keyframe here. And once you have added your keyframe, let me take this here. Okay, I want this to go to this point. I'll add my keyframe again. And when you play this, you have this.
Stopped near a faded bench, placed a single white flower on it, and whispered.
That is about panning your videos. You can also use the animation tool here to achieve that. You have a lot of options that you can choose from. And talking about zooming. To zoom in, you can just simply go ahead and click on add keyframe. Let's say I want to zoom in from this point. I'll move this a little bit to where I want this to stop, and just go ahead and increase the scale, or if you want to zoom out, you can just reduce the scale depending on what you want. So if I play this, this is what we have.
And whispered something before jogging away.
Alternatively, you can use the animation tool here, and you have zoom tools that you can use. Okay, you can also use effects. There you have zoom in the effect tab here. You can use that to apply zoom in and zoom out to your video. And that is about panning and zooming in CapCut. Okay, and I think that is about all of the basics that you can do in CapCut. Subsequently, we'll talk about other tools like masking and blending your videos right inside of CapCut. Once you're done with editing your video, the next thing you want to do is to export your video. Okay, I'll simply come here and give it a name, or you can just simply go ahead and click on export. Okay, and give your video a name. Choose where you want to export this to. Okay, I like to leave all of this at default. Okay, this is okay for YouTube, Instagram, and so on and so forth. And once you're done, go ahead and click on export, and this particular video will be exported. So let's say I want to export this video. I'll simply go ahead and click on export here. If you want higher quality, you can go ahead and increase the bitrate. Though this is going to make the size of the video to be bigger, and I think the others okay. And once you're done, go ahead and click on export and
the mysterious jogger.
So guys, that is about the CapCut video editor and its tools. If you have any question, please drop that in the comment section. And that is it for this video. If you find this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And if you've not subscribed, smash the subscribe button. Until next time, goodbye.